5.6 is connecting variation, slope, and first differences. And we've already done this. It's been pretty much embedded into all of chapter 5, but now we're going to formally do it. And there's something called the rule of 4. And this just means that there are 4 ways that we can use to represent a relation. We can use words. We can use a diagram or a graph, usually a graph. We can use numbers like a table of values, and we can use an equation. So, example 1, it gives us it in words. Carrie wants to rent a canoe for a day trip to Algonquin Park. Big Walker Outfitters charges a base fee of $40 and $10 per hour of use. So first, let's talk about this. Does this represent direct or partial variation? Well, it says that there's a base fee, and then there's a variable, there's constant variation. So because there's a base fee, it is partial variation. How do we know? And you can just say because there is a flat fee or a base fee. Either one. Okay, now let's make a table of values. So when we have a table and it's actually horizontal, we use the hours, so the H as the independent variable and then the cost C as the dependent variable. So it's the same thing as having it HC, exactly the same thing. Okay, so right when they start, they have to pay $40. So time equals 0, cost is 40. And now, because this is an easy like $10 an hour per use, we can start patterning. So it goes up $10 each time. So 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. Okay, so just remember, if you want to use that patterning way, don't start at 0 because it doesn't start at 0. The cost starts at 40. Therefore, pattern by tens, but start at the number 40. Okay, and now let's graph this. So I'm going to draw this as straight as possible. Okay, we know that time is going to be positive no matter what because we can't go back in time. So let's call this the or the H axis, okay, and we'll call this hours. Squeeze it in, and we'll call this the C axis, and we'll call this cost. Okay, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And up the side, cost, we have to get up to 120. Let's just go up by tens each time. So 10, 20, 30, 40, and I'll just label every 2. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140. Okay, so when we're actually taking a look at this horizontal table of values, we have 0, 40. That's how you would write this point here. And the next one would be 1, 50. Okay, so that's actually how you would write the coordinates. So I'm going to color coordinate this. So we're going to do this one in purple because we've been writing in purple so far. So let's start at 40. This is not purple. Okay, let's start at 40. And then after 1 hour, it goes up to 50. After 2 hours, it goes up to 60, 70, 4 hours, 80, 90, 100, and 10, 20. Okay, and with our ruler, we are going to draw that line. Okay, now we haven't created a equation for it, so we can't label it yet, but we will. And let's just go cost of canoe rental. Okay, let's go back to purple. Now let's write an equation. So we need to use C and H. So let's go C equals, well, what's our slope? Our slope every single hour goes up by 10. So $10 per hour plus $40. And again, that's our base fee or our flat fee. So we can label this now. C equals 10H plus 40. Okay, Big Walker Outfitters decides to charge a base fee of $60 now. So what actually changes? So C equals something H plus something. So which one changes? Does the $10 an hour change, or does the $40 flat fee change? Well, the $40 flat fee changes because now what they're going to do is they're going to charge $60. So if we were to graph this, we can just pattern this because it starts at 60. So plot your C-intercept and then go up by 10 each time. Okay, and we also know it's going up by $20. So each of these we can just plot up by $20 each time. Okay, so, and we can label this blue one C equals 10H plus 6. Oh, sorry, 60. Okay, and if we take a look at these, this is just jumping forward a little bit. We're going to see this in the next unit. Do these lines ever meet? No, these lines are parallel. So what we can realize about them is that the slope here is actually the same. So in parallel lines, the slope is the same. And we'll see that next chapter. Now, F, Big Walker Outfitters decides to cancel the base fee. So now the base fee is 0. So C equals something H plus 0. Now what they're going to do is just charge 25 bucks an hour. So what does this do? This actually changes our slope to 25. Okay, so if we were to plot this, again, plot the C-intercept first, which is 0, 0. And now just pattern by 25. So 1, 25, 2, 50. Just because these are very, very easy numbers. 4, 100, 5, 125. Okay, and it'll continue to go up because it is aligned. So don't forget to label the line C equals 25H. You don't really need the plus 0, but you can. Also, we can't go back in time, so do not put an arrow on this side of any of these lines.